Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subclasses for sorcerers, the Aberrant Mind. The Aberrant Mind subclass is all about tapping into the strange and otherworldly power of the far realm. As you gain levels in this subclass, you'll gain some pretty unique abilities that will set you apart from other sorcerers. As an Aberrant Mind sorcerer, you decide how you acquired your powers. Were you born with them? Or did an event later in life leave you shining with psionic awareness? Consult the Aberrant Origins table for a possible origin of your power. At level 1, you'll gain the ability to use psionic spells. This means that you can spend sorcery points to cast spells without using any verbal, somatic, or material components. This can be really useful if you need to cast a spell without drawing attention to yourself. At level 1, you'll gain the ability of telepathic speech. You can form a telepathic connection between your mind and the mind of another. As a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other while the two of you are within a number of miles of each other equal to your charisma modifier, minimum of 1 mile. To understand each other, you each must speak mentally in a language the other knows. The telepathic connection lasts for a number of minutes equal to your sorcerer level. It ends early if you are incapacitated or die, or if you use this ability to form a connection with a different creature. At level 6, you'll gain the ability to use psionic sorcery. When you cast any spell of first level or higher from your psionic spells feature, you can cast it by expending a spell slot as normal or by spending a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level. If you cast the spell using sorcery points, it requires no verbal or somatic components, and it requires no material components unless they are consumed by the spell. At level 6, you'll gain the ability to use psychic defense. You gain resistance to psychic damage, and you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. At level 14, you'll gain the ability to use revelation in flesh. You can unleash the aberrant truth hidden within yourself. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 or more sorcery points to magically transform your body for 10 minutes. For each sorcery point you spend, you can gain one of the following benefits of your choice, the effects of which last until the transformation ends. You can see any invisible creature within 60 feet of you, provided it isn't behind total cover. Your eyes also turn black or become writhing sensory tendrils. You gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed, and you can hover. As you fly, your skin glistens with mucus or shines with an otherworldly light. You gain a swimming speed equal to twice your walking speed, and you can breathe underwater. Moreover, gills grow from your neck or fan out from behind your ears, your fingers become webbed, or you grow writhing cilia that extend through your clothing. Your body, along with any equipment you are wearing or carrying, becomes slimy and pliable. You can move through any space as narrow as 1 inch without squeezing, and you can spend 5 feet of movement to escape from non-magical restraints or being grappled. And finally, at level 18, you'll gain the ability of warping implosion. You can unleash your aberrant power as a space warping anomaly. As an action, you can teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 120 feet of you. Immediately after you disappear, each creature within 30 feet of the space you left must make a strength saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, a creature takes 3d10 force damage and is pulled straight toward the space you left, ending in an unoccupied space as close to your former space as possible. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pulled. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you spend 5 sorcery points to use it again. So those are the abilities you'll gain as you level up in the Aberrant Mind subclass. But what about feats? Well, there are a few feats that can be really useful for an Aberrant Mind sorcerer. The first is the Alert feat. This will give you a bonus to your initiative, which can be really useful in combat. It also makes it harder for enemies to surprise you, which is always a plus. The second feat is the Resilient feat. This gives you proficiency in Constitution saving throws, which can be really helpful if you're going to be using a lot of spells that require concentration. And finally, the Warcaster feat can be really useful for an Aberrant Mind sorcerer. This gives you advantage on concentration checks, which is always helpful. It also allows you to cast spells as a reaction, which can be really useful if you need to cast a spell in response to an enemy's action. Sorcerer. So there you have it, the Aberrant Mind subclass and some great feats to pair with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.